Show some love, ladies and gentlemen. Show some love, ladies and gentlemen, for Miss Erin Sexton.
Can you play one of my songs? Can you play one of my songs? Oh no, that's not my song. That's not my song there. That's not my song. That sounds like one of my girlfriend's songs. That's Miss Melba Moore's song. That's Miss Melba Moore's song. That's not mine. That's not my song. That's not my song. That's Miss Melba Moore. You guys, that's my girlfriend's song. Here she is, Miss Melba Moore. All right.
There's something about your smile, I swear that it makes me weak. And when I'm close to you, I find that it's hard to speak. I have got to try to sit, and I guess that it's close to it. You got the magic touch, and I'm caught in the spell. You never convinced me I would be brave or a petite smile. But something will happen when I look
remember singing it, and I remember Music-Core Records, but I never heard anything about. I never heard the song on the radio. I never performed it. I was not aware that it had been released in America. As far as I knew, it had not been.
So when was it recorded, or not recorded, but it was just like a demo tape, or what was it exactly?
Now that I'm not sure of. I had a recollection of it being a demo because I used to do demos all the time, but my recollection might not be correct, and I might have done a real performance. And I remember being signed to Music-Core Records, but I don't remember having anything released or having any success with it or ever performing any of the songs, or certainly not receiving any royalties or payment for the music.
So you just sang it once back, when was that, in the 60s?
In the 60s, I don't know.
And then you just never heard of it again?
I never did, no.
And Eddie, when did you get in touch with the Magic Touch?
By very fortunate chance in 1985. I was working for a record company called Ace Records, and I ran the Kent record label. And we were formed in 1982, Kent Records, over in London, England. And we used to release compilation LPs of American great 60s soul singers. And we would license them from the American companies, pay them a royalty, and issue them in England and sell them to England. And coincidentally, they sold very well in Europe as well, imported from England. And that is how some of these records became very well known in Germany among the die-hard soul fans. And that is how I'm here in Germany, because I released these records and they wanted to see me DJ. But the story about the Magic Touch is, it was, first of all, in 1985, I went to Nashville to a big tape vault, and it was full of all the Scepter Wand. Do you remember Scepter Records and Wand Records? From New York City, same as Music-Core. They weren't linked, but a company had bought the rights to the label and all the old master tapes, and they were stored in Nashville. We'd already released some of the records that we'd known about. We may have released Melba's 45 on Music-Core that was called Don't Cry, Sing Along with the Music. I can't remember if we actually licensed that one, but that was the sort of thing that we'd already put out because we knew the records, so we would contact the American company and say, we'd like to license this, we'll pay you this, can you send us the master tapes or a copy of the master tapes? And we put out the LPs. But in 1985, we found out that there were quite a few songs listed in the tape vaults that we'd never heard. So we thought, well, there may be some nice music there. In particular, I was going for the Maxine Brown and Chuck Jackson tracks, who were recorded for Wand Records. And I was a massive fan of theirs, and I wanted to hear anything and everything Maxine and Chuck had recorded. But we managed to get access to the tape vaults from the American record company. And we started to trawl through all the master tapes. These are the quarter-inch original tapes that the songs were recorded onto. Now, what happened in those days in the 60s is that often an artist would have a 3-hour session in the studios. And in that 3 hours, it was mainly singles in those days, they would cut anywhere between 2 and 4 tracks. But often they only wanted it for 1:45, so 2 tracks would be used, the third would just be left on the shelf. And like I was saying, I wasn't particularly looking for Melba Moore's track, but we found the master tape, and on the tape there's 3 songs. There's Don't Cry, Sing Along to the Music, the B-side, and then this song called The Magic Touch. So I thought, well, let's listen to it, see if it's any good.
What's the third song?
I can't remember now. It's the B-side of Don't Cry, Sing Along with the Music.
Oh, which was another, I'll start calling it a CD, another.
No,
another
45.
Single?
No, there's one. So there were 3 tracks recorded.
Oh,
so 2 of them were on
I see.
145. Don't Cry, Sing Along to the Music. The B-side of Don't Cry, Sing Along to the Music, which I can't remember the title of, and The Magic Touch. And we put the tape up on the tape machine, and this glorious music started coming, this very impressive sort of piano opening introduction, and Melba's voice sort of soaring in, and very dramatic sound. And slowly the song built up and built up, and the beat sort of came in and then got stronger and stronger. And I'm a DJ from what we call the Northern Soul scene in England, and it was exactly the sort of mid-60s rhythm and feel, and all the ingredients that I knew that the people who liked that sort of music would enjoy. So I was absolutely thrilled, and we copied the master tape and brought it back to England, licensed it from the record company. I started playing it out first, DJing on, had an acetate record made up, and I started playing that, and then made a couple of other acetate records up, just so the DJs could get plug in it and build some demand for it. And then eventually we released it on a LP, and then it became so popular, we put it out on a 45 as well, and it's just one of those records that took off. People would be, people are dancing to this record that nobody had heard until, well, Melba heard it, even though she can't remember it, in 1966. 20 years, it's lying on the shelf.
Oh, God.
It gets it, the genie comes out of the bottle, and people are dancing to it all over the UK. I mean, it is on this specialist scene, but the scene was big, and the scooter scene was very big as well. So, there were dance halls with sort of 200, 300, sometimes 1,000 people in, dancing and clapping in time to the Magic Touch and really digging the sound. And then from then on, we've kept licensing it from the record company. Now, Melba mentioned about the royalty situation. Basically, we pay the American record company all the money that is due, and it's down to the American record company to pay Melba.
It's their job to do that.
Now,
so, yeah.
the first question I would have is, have you contacted the American record company?
I will now.
Yeah, well, that's good. That's how you
because
start.
What's interesting to me too, and I'm glad to hear this story, is that first of all, when I came here and discovered that it was a big hit, I assumed it was a hit from the time that it was first released, and of course it was. It wasn't released until 1980 something.
Yeah, 85,
so there were
86.
a lot of missing information from me. This is a fabulous story. I'm going to be able to tell. I had a hit record back in 1980 or something. That's called a Magic Touch, and the people were just, it was a club hit, honey.
Sorry?
DJ?
Yeah, I was DJing it, and the crowd are going mad. Yeah, it's a fantastic song. But yeah, I mean, the first thing we do is we get you the address of the record company. You say, "Hi,
that's very nice.
I'm Melba Moore. You have 20 years of royalties for me." And hopefully they say great and send you a check.
Well, I don't think
I mean,
it'd be
now
that easy, but
probably not. But no, it should be. That's how it works. It's probably. I mean, let's get the scale of this right. It is a specialist scene, and most of these records probably sell between 1,000 and 2,000 or 3,000. But it's been out on 3 or 4 singles. It's been out on an LP. We've named it a CD after it. It's been picked up by other compilations as well.
And
so
it's 20 years. Pile up a little bit
it must
to make
have
a-
built up to 15, 20,000 sales, I'd have thought, of that
good.
track, which is pretty good when it was the 3rd track that they thought wasn't good enough to make the 45. But what you were saying about the demo, now you're getting slightly mixed up in a little story I have here, a follow-up story.
Okay, let me hear the story, honey.
Okay.
You got the story of my life. Thank you.
Am I okay? Oh, sorry, my leg. Yeah. Well.
Oh, I thought you were complaining about my legs.
No, your legs are lovely. It's my legs that's a problem with. Yeah. I'll restart. Well, so the demo of the Magic Touch, it was written, of course, by Ted Darrell, who I don't know if you know at all. He was a great songwriter. He wrote. He's a partner of Chip Taylor, who wrote Wild Thing, and he's a major brill-building songwriter. Ted Darrell. He wrote.
Well, I was saying earlier that when I did demos and did backup music, they were for the, I didn't say this, but they were for the top writers and producers in the industry. So that's why my career, even though I was doing backup, you were enmeshed with the best people in the industry. So I really didn't start at the bottom, I could say that. And now you're proving that I wasn't lying.
Yeah, Ted Darrell was absolutely a top writer, and he's got some million-selling songs to his credit. And we started paying him songwriter royalties for this song, and he was intrigued. Hey, what's this? How come you've got the Melba Moore version out? Sorry. because it actually did come out by the Bobby Fuller Four. They cut a sort of rock version in Los Angeles, but Ted knew nothing about his song coming out as sung by you. And I had a good conversation with Ted, who's a lovely guy. And he says, well, actually, he says, I've got a cassette here of Melba's original demo that we did for the song. And it doesn't sound a bit like the finished version. So he was very impressed. No, it's almost taken at a slow, chugging, mid-tempo pace. It's got none of the sort of, skills or drama or even the tempo of this record. So this is very much a finished version, ready for it to be on a single. It just never made it. There is a demo version, which I'll try and find the cassette and get you a copy so you can hear probably your first attempt, one of your first attempts at singing way back in '66, yeah. And if you want, I can put you in touch with Ted Darrell as well, and you can say hi, yeah.
Well, does he still write?
Yeah, he's writing, yeah.
Songwriter.
So, Melba, did you ever see the single? Did you ever see this record?
No.
No. So this is the first time.
But
Did you ever
I
hear it,
I think you're saying that it really wasn't released, or if it was on a very small label, and it was in the vault. That's where you found it 20 years later.
Yeah.
So that makes sense why I didn't know anything about it. I don't
No,
think
you
it was
wouldn't have known
released.
anything about this because this came out in 1985, 86, and since then. However, I would have thought that you'd have known that the Music-Hall 45 had come out.
No.
Because, mind you, I mean, that did happen. People would go into a session and the record companies were so big and unhelpful that they probably didn't even have the decency to tell the artist that they decided to put their 45 out. But
No, I didn't know.
but please, may I give you a copy of your record?
Oh, thank you.
How many years? 33 years
Thank you.
after
Thank
you
you.
recorded it.
But that's good. That's really good.
And we'll do all we can to help you get your royalties,
Thank
and we
you.
can tell you the exact figures of the sales.
And I'm going to love performing it. That's what we want to do. I want to
Oh,
I want
great,
to
yeah.
shout and scream. I want to holler, you know what I'm saying? On the microphone, that is,
Yeah, that'll be
First of all,
fantastic.
maybe we can listen to it first, right? Shall we do that right now?
Please, yeah. Yeah, let's hear the piano and the voice coming in.
One moment, please. One moment. Kannst du das tonmäßig hin?
I better watch out, I've got this on the floor here.
Also wird schon gehen.
When's the last time you heard Don't Cry, Sing Along to the Music?
I've never heard it except
Well, I'll get you a copy of
somebody played it. I think my partner played it.
Ja, okay.
Okay, so.
Dan must have had it. So he played it for me recently.
that. Okay, we will now play The Magic Touch by Miss Melba Moore, recorded in 1966, 43 years ago, yeah.
There's something about your smile, I swear that it makes me weak. And when I'm close to you, I find that it's hard to speak. I act like a child who's 6, and I guess that it shows me well that you got the magic touch, and I'm caught in the spell. You never convinced me that I'd be brave or for each side. But something will happen when I look into your eyes. I try to defend myself, but too late did I finally see that you got the magic touch that you cast a spell on me. Yeah, 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 yeah. They call it magic, baby. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's what I try to do. Will I surrender to the fate? If there's no sun goes to escape, that twist so well is enough to make me melt. I suddenly find myself feeling things I never felt. No use to deny it when a child can plainly tell that you got the magic touch and I'm caught in the spell. Yeah, 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 yeah. They call it magic, baby. calling Daddy, baby, yeah, yeah. They calling Daddy, baby, yeah, yeah. It's calling Daddy, baby.
All right. And now we fade it down.
Can you picture it? Can you picture the,
Oh,
the
yeah,
session?
it's great.
The girls? Is it
Oh, no, I was
Sweet
picturing it in the
Inspirations?
clubs.
Oh, right, yeah. Not in when you recorded it.
No.
Do you think it was the Sweet Inspirations, perhaps, on
You thi-
backing vocals?
No.
Could have been. A lot of those New York sessions were Sissy
Actually,
Houston.
you know what? Oh, my goodness.
Dee Dee Warwick,
Don't
Sissy
say
Houston.
that. Don't say that.
Could have been.
Sissy and I are good friends now. We sing
Ask her,
together.
play her. She mightn't remember.
I'm going to ask her.